working group, and we are working in refugee route for 3 years. First of all in Greece, in Macedonian-Greek border, Turkish-Greek border, and in the last year we have worked in Kurdistan, in Turkish Kurdistan, southeast Turkey, in Diyarbakir, where a Yazidi camp, a refugee camp, an illegal Yazidi refugee camp. It is reasonable, or you can understand what I'm talking about. And I would like to explain you what does it mean, an illegal refugee camp in Turkey, and why it is very important, I guess, and interesting to understand the refugee, the Yazidi case, in which I'm involved because I am as well a member of a minority group from Romania. I am Hungarian, ethnic Hungarian from Romania, and we were faced that there had happened a genocide 3 years ago in 2014, as you know, I guess, in Iraq against the Yazidi minority or religious group. It's not clear who are them. It's not answered yet, or they haven't answered. So we have worked with them in Diyarbakir, and I would like to present you this camp. And I would like to highlight or to ask you whether if it would be better to talk mainly about human rights, not just about minority rights, because we have a European focus about refugee problems. Everybody who are lucky to reach the European borders are refugees, and we are cared about them. But what happens with those unlucky who had not the possibility to die at the borders of Europe? And what can we do? What are the possibilities to do something for them in the name of I don't know what? Let's not say humanity. Let's talk just about law on international level. So we were working in Diyarbakir, but to understand what was because it's destroyed. The Diyarbakir, excuse me, it's my first time to use this program, so yes. I would like, in brief, just in few words, who are the Yazidis, if you are interested. If not necessary. The Yazidis are not a non-Muslim group, non-Christians, not Jews. They have their own religious background, some kind of mixture of Christianism, Muslim, Islam. It's a very, very old and very interesting ethnic group, and they are the main target of the Daesh because they are not the people of the book, as the Islamic terrorists said. So they are the Yazidis.
You just want to click the...
There's a
Oh, excuse me. They are coming from this area, from Sinjar Mountains. As you see, it's a border area between the Shia, the Sunni, and the Kurdish regions, and they are living together with on the fronts of the war. That's why they are the main targets of this kind of conflicts. As a refugee, or as a minority, and or religious group. And in 2014 they were attacked by Daesh, and approximately 50,000 the people fled the Sinjar area. Maybe you saw the pictures about people who were running in the Sinjar mountains for weeks, and a part of this community remained in Iraq, in refugee camps, and few, we are talking about 10,000 of people, reached Turkey, and in the Kurdish area, the Kurdish municipality founded the refugee camp. It was not held by the Turkish government because there is a hidden conflict between the refugee groups and the local and the governmental institution. The Sunni groups are welcomed, and mostly in Turkish camps. The other groups, for example, the Yazidis, are not so welcome in these camps, and the Kurdish ruled Diyarbakir municipality. That's why founded them a refugee camp near Diyarbakir, where were in total 15,000 people in last 3 years. It was a kind of transit zone. The most vulnerable groups remained here, mainly the women's with small children, the disabled people, mentally with mental health problem or other kind of health problems, and the others fled to Europe in the last 3 years. The Kurdish municipality had the hope that it will be a kind of alliance between Yazidis, who are told that they are the old Kurdish ethnic groups. They are Kurmanji speakers, one of the Kurdish languages. The Yazidis were not so sure that they would like to be beside the Kurdish, especially because there is a deep conflict now and a war conflict in Kurdish area in Kurdistan. In the meantime, the Turkish government attacked the government, or I don't know. I don't want to say exactly who was in charge. The historical center of Diyarbakir, and there were clashes in 2015 and 2016 in the middle of the town. This refugee camp, I would like to show some pictures about this refugee camp, is was near the Diyarbakir, from 20 kilometers far from the town, and in the middle of the town were this kind of conflicts between Turkish government and the Kurdish radicals. Meantime, the Yazidi camp was supported by the Kurdish municipality till the end of 2016, the last year, when it was destroyed by the Turkish government, and all the people from there were evacuated to the Syrian-Turkish border to Midyat in a mixed camp together with Sunni community, and the old conflicts from Iraq appeared as in the first minute. So the Turkish government reproduced the same situation what happens in Sinjar 3 years ago. So we were working with these refugees last summer, a few weeks, and we organized a group for them, mainly for Yazidi teenagers, because as I see it, there are refugee programs for child, there are refugee care programs for adults, there are a lot of programs to integrate groups, but no programs for teenagers. And these guys are living without school in analphabetism for years. They are lived alone. So we organized for them a kind of workshop or journalist workshop. We gave them cameras, we talked with them about how to take information, how to inform which kind of platforms, institution, if you are in trouble, how to make documents about your situation. So we have, and we are working now with them. They are in media now, but we are in permanent contact with them, and we follow this evacuation in the end of the last year. So we have the pictures. How did it happen in the end of December? The destruction of the camp, the Diyarbakir camp, started on that day when Nadia Murad, you know who is Nadia Murad? Nadia Murad is one of the sex slaves who managed to escape from Daesh, and she gets the Sakharov Prize in the end of last year. And that day, when the European Union awarded Nadia Murad with this prize, meantime, at the Turkish-Syrian border, the Yazidis were evacuated in the middle of the desert. And we have, as Barbara said, this is a system problem. This is the problem of human rights and human laws of institution. And we have made a lot of informational paper to our European representatives. Hey guys, you are minority politicians. Please take care. There is a genocide in Iraq with a minority group. Take some steps. Make something. No response. The other very serious problem is that in this area there are no NGOs. No NGOs, no helping or aid programs. You are working just like a partisan, alone or together with some other 2 or 3 crazy guys. If you have some problems, no aid. We asked a lot of help from, I don't want to name the institution, human rights institution. Hey guys, we have serious problem here. These people are dying from famine, from starvation. Please help them. No answer. The biggest.
I think the names should be made because I mean this is the situation we are facing. We are all working in the same situation. Then you're facing that there are institutions that are they're paid in order to provide services, and then they refuse to pay. I'm not saying that you have to. But I'm saying
I'm not sure if I am the right person.
No. But I'm saying
because I'm working there casually for 3 years, 3 months, or I don't know. If I manage to get there with my own money, because nobody pays me to go, but the representatives of this institution are living there. They assume the risk, and they all say, you know, it's a war zone. What do you want to do from us? I don't know what, but why you are there? If there is no human rights defense at any level. No ads networks, no ads organization. So we are working there with Yazidi community. I don't know what will happen with them. If you are interested, I will show you on my laptop. I have a lot of interesting documents about our programs, and I hope that this kind of testimonies took by us there will represent someday at the human when there will be a trial to assure them the fundamental human rights, not the refugee rights, just the fundamental rights, because I guess every problem arises from this question, that there are areas which are working like black holes. in Kurdistan, in Iraq, in Turkey, mainly in Turkey. We wanted to follow how does the European, the deal works between Europe and Turkey. I was there when it becomes, and no information, nothing. You are staying at the border and no information. Nobody knows nothing. It's not fair, but it's not possible to get no information. So I just want to highlight again, let's talk about human rights and international organization, about UN, United Nations. Let's talk about what are they doing, or what are the Human Rights Watch doing in Turkey? Where are they? Where are they? I don't know. I try to be in contact with them, but I don't know. Thank you.
Any questions? So, if I understood correctly, then basically what your project is that you are actually turning the refugees into reporters, right? Reporters on the field.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then you are educating them to do basically the job that no reporter can do because they don't have proper access.
Not just they can do. It's another point of view. If you are going there as a European journalist, you can see another perspective. But it's their life. It's their
community.
Yes. It's very important to see their point of view and to hear their voice as loud as possible to make out.
My question is, if you, as you have experienced, there are no NGOs, or there are, but they're not doing what they are supposed to do. And you didn't mention what exactly you want NGOs or the human rights organizations to do. That's one thing. And how about you trying to set up an NGO yourself with the colleagues you know who can help you do what you think the NGOs on ground are not doing? What do you think?
Last year we tried to get some support from some funds to help the most vulnerable group of the CSB community, the children, because there is a famine. As I said, there is no food, no nutrition, and okay. Last night I organized a charity event and we earned 50,000 euros in my hometown in the middle of Romania, but it's nothing. We are working on this and we are making little steps. We are fighting, but it's not enough. I'm talking about 2,000 people and I'm earning few euros for them, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, I am from minority group, migrant refugee community in this country. You're from minority group. I had a friend who is from the Roma community who also gave a speech and in another conference. This is what I asked him. What, as a person, are you doing yourself? When I lived in the camp, you know, we were all complaining. It's the same. We said, but of course, there is nothing much the state because of the system. Okay, but there, I mean, we come to a conclusion that for the government, it's got its own problems, and we have to take action ourselves. So we came together and try to develop something to solve our problems. And after a number of years, today we are at least having some of those things that we were lacking at that time. So I believe in you taking action because actually, you know, we can deal with some of these issues. There are some of the issues beyond our control, but we can try our best to solve some of the problems that we are able to solve. So if you put together colleagues and you did fundraising, that is great. I mean, though you said it's nothing, but it's something, to be honest. You can save lives with what you have, the fund you have raised. And if you continue that way in a number of years, you must have saved many lives. So we have to all take action, and not only, I know, but you know the system, the UN, the whatever they are, the European Union, like African Union, there are so many unions all over. But if we continue to wait for them, we will all die before they arrive. So we have to take action and do something.
I adore your enthusiasm, but the case is that I'm not waiting for the big characters of international scene for European Union. I'm afraid, not waiting for them. I'm afraid of them. For example, of the Turkish state. Let's talk about what happened in Diyarbakir. It's a Kurdish, it's the Kurdish capital of Kurdish area. Diyarbakir, 1.5 million Kurdish people, inhabitants lives here. And it has a very sad background, historical background. The Armenian genocides happens in just in the same area where the Yazidi genocides happens now, 100 years ago. The Armenians were killed, sadly, I have to say, by the Kurds 100 years ago. And the Kurdish municipality started a reconciliation program in the middle of 20 and 10 years ago. It was beautiful, beautiful program. They made an Armenian wedding in the middle of Diyarbakir. They found the last living Armenian in the country, an 81 years old woman, and the Kurdish municipality made her a Kurdish wedding to show that there will be a revival of Armenian culture in this area. And the Armenian diaspora paid $3 million to rebuild the St. George's Church, the biggest Armenian church in the Middle East. And it was rebuilt in the middle of Diyarbakir as the part of this reconciliation program. And in the end of 2015, this church, rebuilt from $3 million, was destroyed by the Turkish army. What I am doing now, earning with 1 and 2 euros to buy bread and water for people, that happened. $3 million went with the wind. And we are talking about take action, civilians. Welcome.
I just want to say it was a really inspiring talk. I think what you're doing is crucial because the information that you're providing from Diyarbakir and that area is something that the Turkish public is not really getting because there is this block of information into the rest of Turkey. So I, as a Kurdish minority also from Turkey, I know that many of the people in central parts of Turkey didn't even know that the government was at war with Cizre and that area. So what you're doing, I think, is very, very important. It's the humanitarian activity to a certain extent, going and providing food is not gonna help in this situation. We need to pressure the NGOs, the existing big NGOs, the big politicians to actually do something. But I just wanted to it's also as a response to that.
Another very tragic example and very, very informative example what happens in this area. This district of Diyarbakir Sur was entitled as a World Heritage of UNESCO. And when the Turkish army destroyed this area, the UNESCO has a great anniversary, I don't know what, in Istanbul meanwhile. And UNESCO was there in Istanbul.
I mean, the meeting to find a way to fight ISIS was held in Turkey, while Turkey was bombing Kurdistan. The European leaders met.
Yeah, so I was just curious to hear how you think the presence of Daesh or ISIS has, or if it has fundamentally changed the issues that a lot of these migrants and refugees are facing, or if it's the same structural systems of oppression that a lot of these groups have faced historically, or if ISIS does represent this kind of like very new variable that is very challenging, and I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I'm just like Szilárd, I am a very great fan of facts and fact checking, and I don't dare to say that I'm a fan, but I'm not an expert of Daesh. Sincerely, I'm not interested in what is it. But as I understand this process in this area, it's a historical one. The genocide against Yazidis started in the middle of the 20s, or it had started with the Arabization of the Yazidi community far before ISIS. I don't want to say that nothing has changed with the rise of ISIS, or Daesh, I don't know. But it's not unique. It's not unique. I recorded some testimonies from enslaved women, so horrific stories that I don't dare to write down these stories. And my fixer, I have asked my fixer, that a very smart Yazidi girl from Sinjar, that do you believe that it is true, it can be true, it's such kind of horrific stories? And she said that, you know, I don't know what are our stories and what are those stories heard about Armenians. We have a heritage of horror.
Okay, let's thank Boroka again.
Sorry for my presentation, I tried.
No problem. Next speaker will be Barbara.